Hello lovely viewers, you are most welcome to our channel Poetry Online. In this lesson, we shall be discussing the summary and analysis of the Son of Umbele by Bill Marshall. Our discussion will be limited to the first part of the book, titled Act 1. Kindly subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get updates on all our new videos. Once again, let us assure you of a very interesting discussion. Get ready for this lesson. The Son of Umbele is an African tragedy which revolves around a small African fishing village. The play is written by Bill Marshall and delves deeper into the realities of the human existence. In one sense, The Son of Umbele is an African tragedy with thematic elements which are derived from the African life. The play is based on the belief in superstitious beliefs, myths, and demons, which are part of the African tradition. As we said earlier, the play is set in a small fishing community. Fishing is the main occupation and source of livelihood in the area. While the men go fishing, the women, on the other hand, sell fishes. It is a simple community of peasants who are naive and simple-minded. The Son of Umbele is a play in 3 acts. The first act introduces us to the household of an old retired fisherman called Sumako, his wife, and children. The second act sets the scene for the gloom and misery which pervades this tragedy. It also delves into the relationship that exists between Joshua and Dwella. The third and final act of the play focuses on the duel between Benko and Joshua, which eventually leads to the death of Joshua. The central character, Joshua, is a boy full of adventure. Joshua is on a mission to find the third end of a rope. Unfortunately, as often happens in tragedy, something bad happens to the main character, and in Joshua's case, he loses his life without accomplishing his mission of finding the third end of a rope. The dramatist, Bill Marshall, is successful in creating an atmosphere that is decidedly African. He creates a world that contains the sea, boats, baskets, drums, stools, guns, cutlass, peasant women, coconut trees, and hills. Umbele is the mother of Joshua, but Joshua's father is unknown. However, even without a father, Madame Umbele was able to raise Joshua with all the luxury he needed. She's rumored to have built an empire and made men her slaves. Even though Madame Umbele is now dead, her fame, power, and influence lives on. Her empire, on the other hand, couldn't stand the test of time as it came crumbling down to the ground due to Joshua's mismanagement. Act 1 begins with Sumako mending his fishing nets while anxiously waiting for his children to return from the sea. Sumako, from all indication, is an old man who looks rather too strong for his age. He seems to be worried about his children who have gone fishing due to the unpredictable nature of the sea. It seems on this particular day, Sumako's children have taken longer to return home, and this gets the old man worried. Sumako has 4 children, 3 strong boys and a girl called Dwella. The boys are Benko, Ziki, and Atu. Sumako's wife has been seriously sick for some time now. She brought forth all the children of Sumako, even though readers are not given a chance to see her, and the cause of her illness is equally unknown. However, one can tell she is really in pain anytime she calls out to her husband or any of her children. Sumako is presented to us as one who has trained his children to take over from him. Hence, his children went to hunt for fish while he stays at home. However, their delay causes him to panic. It is at this point, when Sumako is sick worried about his children, that Joshua walks in and talks with stubborn confidence. Sumako immediately informs him that the boys are not back from the sea, hence there's no fish for sale. Sumako becomes alarmed when Joshua says he is not there to buy fish. Sumako suspects that Joshua has brought some bad news about his children who went fishing. but Joshua has no idea what Smako is asking him. Through their conversation, a lot is revealed. We are informed of a revengeful woman who made all men to pay for their insults. The description of Joshua's mother makes Smako remembers another woman with similar characteristics and qualities. Unknown to Smako that the woman he is talking about is indeed Joshua's mother. Smako says there was only one woman who once did that. Joshua then asks if this woman was called Madame Umbele, and Smako replies in the affirmative. Immediately Joshua says Madame Umbele is his mother. Smako calls out his name Joshua for the first time without asking him. This goes to inform us of Umbele's fame, power, and influence. And when Joshua shows Smako his mother's marks, Smako becomes alarmed and replies with, "Go away, don't come among us, don't come near us, we are only peasants, we don't want to have anything to do with you." Since Smako thinks Joshua has his mother's influence and empire. However, Joshua makes it clear to Smako that he is at the moment left with nothing, since he sold all his inheritance and spent the money he made with his friends. We are then informed that Joshua's mission in Smako's house is not to find peace, refuge, or to build another empire, but his mission is simple, and that is to find the third end of a rope, something Smako considers impossible, and that even his famous mother, Madame Umbele, can never dare dream of that. Smako in the opening scene is presented to us as a hospitable person who warmly welcomes Joshua even when his identity was not yet known, and when his real identity was finally revealed, Smako still accepts him despite the bitter relationship that exists between Madame Umbele and the peasants. Smako's only hope is that his children will equally welcome Joshua to his new home. Due to the persistent calls of Smako's wife, he has to throw the nest he is mending on Joshua, instructing him to check if there are any holes on the net that needs to be mended. But Joshua, who was brought up in luxury and new to this occupation, replies with, "The whole net is full of holes." This serves as a comic relief to the tension created by the lateness of Smako's children. Duella then enters, carrying a pot of water. She is the only daughter of Smako. The conversation and meeting of Duella and Joshua reveals the following. Joshua is a Christian name taken from the Bible, while Duella's name is a peasant's name. Duella wants Joshua not to admire her, since she is carrying something he must avoid. And what could this be? Duella's family believes that she carries a demon, and that the first man to make a woman of her will find destruction. Duella then inquires to know what the third end of a rope is, and Smako answers with the story of an old legend. Smako begins to tell the story, but he is corrected by Joshua as he got the characters in the story mixed up. After accepting the correction, Smako continues his story with, "The prince fellow thought he had conquered all and sundry, till one day his mistress asked him to find the third end of a rope. It was a romantic joke, but then this hunter, this prince fellow, took it seriously. The prince set out with his army one morning, and that was the last anyone saw of him or his army." Once again, Joshua declares his intention to set off from where the legitimate prince had stopped, in an attempt to complete the story. However, Smako intrigues him to abandon such an absurd mission. As Duella leaves the stage to attend to her sick mother, Smako confidentially informs Joshua of the role Duella plays in the house. We are informed that Duella runs the house and looks after everything now that her mother is seriously sick. Therefore, Smako tries his best to make sure Duella does not object to Joshua staying in their house. At this point, Smako informs Joshua that Duella likes him. However, there is an obstacle to this, since Duella is possessed by a demon. We are then introduced to some fishmongers approaching Sumako's house. Sumako informs Joshua of their fake lifestyle and how they flatter him with praises and nice words just to pay less money for the fish they buy. And indeed, the behavior of the fishmongers confirms Sumako's words. These peasant women are holding in their hands baskets. They chant in unison and use phrase words like, "The good man Sumako, the ocean does his will, of whom we dream each night. He looks so young, he stays so long." They do this to win Sumako's heart in an attempt to pay less for the fish they buy. Unfortunately for them, Sumako's sons have not returned from the sea. Just then, the three boys come on stage, but without any fish. We get a chance to meet the rest of Sumako's family. We meet Benko, Ziki, and Atu. Benko is Sumako's firstborn. He is quick-tempered, irritable, and aggressive, both in utterance and in action. One thing the readers notice about him is that he uses very strong and abusive language. He uses words like pigs to describe the fishmongers. From their very first meeting, Benko shows no brotherly love for Joshua. We equally meet Ziki, the second son of Sumako, who is a complete opposite of Big Brother Benko. Ziki is presented to us as a calm gentleman. Atu, on the other hand, is presented to us as a clown and one who runs errands for the family. He adds some humor to the play, which provides comic relief and lessens the tension created by some tense moments as the audience awaits the tragic death of Joshua. Towards the end of the first act, we see Dwella and Joshua getting along nicely. The two take a walk to the beach. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video.